Students, good morning to all of you. Welcome to this session. And this session is a data interpretation, data sufficiency, data comparison, and quadratic comparison for SBI Clerk Mains exams. Okay. Before going to start this session, let me congratulate you people. All the best for your coming examination. The mains examination is on 21st of November. So please be focused on the examination and all the best for your examination. My dear students, please remember you have cleared stage 1 and you are planning to give your stage 2 examination. So please be focused on the examination. Okay, so don't take any tensions and try to answer the questions accurately. So no negatives. So be 100% confident and reach the station when you at least 1 hour before the reporting time, so that avoid all the sudden problems. Okay, let's begin our session. Now, the session is on data interpretation, data sufficiency, data comparison, quadratic comparison, SBI Clerk Mains examination. Okay, my dear students, please be ready with the pen and paper. Now, here is the question number 1 on your screen. First, let me discuss the directions here. Now, directions are given here. Study the following table carefully to answer the questions that follow. The table given below shows the total number of hostelers, working, and student. Now, hostelers are of two types. One is a working, other is a students. Okay. Now, hostelers, working, and students. These are the two types of hostelers. Okay. Now, percentage of the working hostelers to the number of non-working hostelers in each of the 4 hostels is given in this diagram. Now look at the diagram. Yep. Hope you are able to see my screen. Hostels PQRS, total number of hostelers 800, blank 1400. Percentage of hostelers who are working, that is 45% from the PQ, 60%, R 36%. Yes, it is not given. And number of hostelers who are students. If you observe the hostels PQRS, only R value is given, the other values are missing here. My dear students, while solving this data interpretation, first look at the directions given. First, you need to read the directions and title of the data. Then observe the units of measurement. After completion of the units of measurement, look at the footnote. If more than one chart is given, try to create a relation between them. Observe how they are related. Then read the question. Then answer the question. Calculation should be observative calculation. You need to answer the question in less time. So don't do all the calculation one by one, step by step. Okay. Now here footnote is given. Some values are missing in the table. Total number of hostelers is equal to working hostelers plus student hostelers. Okay, each question is independent of the other. So here what it means, the data cannot be carried forward. Now here is the first question on your screen. Look at the board. In yes, 40% of the hostelers are working. The total number of hostelers in Q is 1000. Find the ratio of the number of hostelers who are working in Q to those who are hostelers, students in yes. What we need to find? A ratio to be found. Ratio of Q to S. Now, what is the Q value? Q value is not given here in the table, but what is saying the total number of hostelers in Q is 1000. So in Q, 1000 are the hostelers. Okay. In that, 60% are working. So we need to compare here the ratio of the number of hostelers who are working in Q. Working in Q means 60%. And what about the S? 40% are working. Now, what about the S number here? 1400. 1400. So 1400 are hostelers. And how many hostelers are students in yes? Yes, students. If we observe, for 40% hostelers are working means remaining 60% are students. Now simplify this. 60%, 60% get cancelled. Zeros to zero we can cancel. What next? 2 here 5 times, 2 here 7 times. Now what is the right choice? Option number 4. Choice 4 is the right answer. 60 and 60 get cancelled. Zeros to zero also we can simplify. Okay, now dividing with 2. 5 is to 7. So right choice, option number 4. Choice 4 is the right answer. Okay, so let's move to the next example. Right. Question number 2 on your screen. In Q, if the difference between the number of working hostelers and the students' hostelers is 300, then find the average number of hostelers in each hostel. Q, 60% are working hostelers means students are 40%. 40 and 60. What is the difference? 20%. That 20% value, 20% is equal to how much here? 300. Then what about the 100%? 100% is equal to question mark. Simplify. It is 1500. How come it is? 20 is becoming 5 times. So make this 300 5 times. Now the value is 1500. So 1500 is equal to Q. What about the R value? Here 36%. 36% are working hostelers. Non-working hostelers, how many? 64%. 64%. The value of 64% is given here 768. Then what about the 100% value? How much is the value of 100%? Now just observe how many times of 64 is equal to 768. 10 times of 64 is equal to 640. 640 and 768. Difference is 128. Nothing but 2 times. So here it goes exactly 12 times, means the value is 1200. What to find here? Find the average of the hostelers in. Find the average number of hostelers in each hostel. Average to be found. What do you mean by average? Average is equal to sum of the observations by number of observations. Add all the values. Simplify. By adding all the values, how much we get? 800 plus 1200, 2000. 2000 plus sum of these two. Sum of 1500 and 1400, 2900. 2900 plus 2000, that is 4900. By 4. Average. Now simplify this. What is the simplification? It goes how many times? It goes 1, 2, 2, 5 times. What is the right choice? Option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Okay. 12 times of 4. 12 times of 4. That is 48. 100 means 4 into 25. The result 1225. Option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Okay. Am I clear? Right. Now look at the next question on your screen. In yes, if the percentage of the working hostelers lies within the range of 10 less or equal to n less than 20, and n is an odd multiple of 5. N is odd value and multiple of 5. So lies between these two, from 10 to 20. From 10 to 20. So what is that multiple of 5? 15. 15 is an odd number? Yes. So n is equal to 15. The value of n, that is 15. Okay. Find the difference between the number of students, hostelers, and working hostelers in ES. ES, what is the value of ES here? S is equal to 1400. S is equal to 1400. So that is the total number of hostlers. Okay. Now, just to find out the answer for this. Working hostlers lies between. Working hostler means EN. EN is equal to how much here? 15. So what about the other value? 85. So 15 and 85. Okay. What is given here? What to find? Total number is given. Working hostlers value is given. And students value is given. So we need to find out the difference between the number of student hostlers and working hostlers. Now, what is the difference here? Difference is equal to 85 and 15. That is 70%. 70% of total number of hostlers. Now simplify 0 and 0 get cancelled. Now the product is answer. That is 980. Right choice, option number 2. Second choice is the right option. Okay. Right. Moving to the next example. In another hostel, that is T, if the number of working hostlers are 2 times the total number of hostlers in P, and the number of non-working hostlers is half of the total number of hostlers in T, then find the total number of hostlers in T. T is the hostel name and working hostlers and non-working hostlers. Total number of hostlers in T, I am taking T, which is equal to sum of these two. Now, what about the working hostlers in T? If you observe the working hostlers are 2 times the total number of hostlers in P. So 2 times the number of hostlers working in total number of hostlers working in P. So what is the total number of hostlers in P? That is 800. 2 times means double, that is 1600. And what about the non-working hostlers? Non-working hostlers is half of the total number of hostlers in T. Total number of hostlers in T is T. So here it is a T by 2. Now simplify. On solving this, we get answer. What we need to find out? T value. By taking variables on one side, T by 2 is equal to 1600. The value of T is equal to 3200. Right choice, option number 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. Choice number 5. Okay. Let me check the chart here. Do you have any questions? Anything? Now look at the next example on your screen. If the number of student hostlers in Q 80 more than 1/3 of the difference between the total number of hostlers in S and P. Okay. Now, then find out the total number of working hostlers in Q. Now, working hostlers in Q to be found. Find the number of working hostlers. Okay. If the number of student hostlers in Q is 80 more student hostlers in Q. How many student hostlers here? It is 80 more than 1/3 of the difference between the total number of hostlers in ES and P. ES and P, what is the difference? ES and P, 1400 and 800. What is the difference? 600. Okay. Now, here 1/3 of the difference. 1/3 means 1/3. Okay. 1/3 of the difference. Plus what is saying? 80 more. Plus 80. Okay. Then what is it? So 3 here, it goes exactly 2 times, 200. So what is the result? The result is 280. What is this? The number of student hostelers in Q. Q, student hostelers. Student hostelers, how much here? It is 280. Then what is the next here? Find the number of working hostelers. Working hostelers means total number of Q. What is the total number? We don't know. But here, what is given? Working hostelers value is given. 60% is the working hostelers, means remaining are student hostelers. That value 40% is equal to 280. And is asking to find out hostelers who are working. Means 60% to be fine. How many times of 40 is equal to 280? 7 times. Just observe 7 times of 60. That is 420. Right choice, option number 1. First choice is the right answer. Am I clear? What is saying here? The number of student hostels, non-working hostels here. The student hostels here, hostelers, that is 80 more than 1/3 of the difference of the number of hostelers, total number of hostelers in S and P. S and P value 1400, 800. Difference is 600. 1/3 of 600, that is 200 plus 80, 280. Okay. 60% is working hostler. 40 is a student hostler. 40% is 280. 60% to be found. Now look at the next example on your screen. Next set of questions. Here directions are given. Study the following pie chart carefully to answer the questions that follow. The pie chart shows the percentage-wise distribution of total number of cakes sold by a shop on 5 different days from Monday to Friday. Total number of cakes sold during 5 days period is 1500. Okay. So total number of cakes is 1500. Now look at the next pie chart. Here Monday to Friday is given. The difference between the number of cakes sold on Tuesday and Wednesday is 45. That is the footnote given here. By using this footnote, now just find out the values. Here 2p, 1.5p and Q is given. Those values you need to find out. Okay. Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. What is the difference here? Difference is equal to 0.5. 0.5 means half. Half of the P of percentage of 1500. Percentage means by 100 is equal to 45. 2p minus 1.5p. That is a 0.5p. 0.5 means 1 by 2. P percent means P by 100. Solving this, zeros gets cancelled. 15 it goes here exactly 3 times. The value of P is equal to 6. P is equal to 6 means 1.5p. 1.5 into 6 is equal to 9. Tuesday 9%. 2p, 2 into 6, that is a 12%. Dear students, just add all the values and subtract from 100% to get the value of Q. Now add all the values. Friday and Wednesday, 12 and 28. That is 40. Okay. The next 24 plus 9. That is 33. By adding these two, we'll get 73. 100 minus 73. 100 minus 73 means that is a 27. The value of Q is equal to 27. So what is the Monday value? 27%. Dear student, all these values are given in percentages. So total value is equal to 1500, which is 100%. So what is the 1% value? 1% is equal to 15. 1% is equal to 15 means, now let me know what is the 27%. 27% means 27 into 15. 20 into 15, that is 300. 7 times of 15, 105. The value is 405. 9% means 9 into 15. 9 into 15, 135. 12% is 12 into 15, that is 180. Similarly, find out 24 into 15, that is 360. 28 into 15 values. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm using 1% value, that is 15, and the value of a P and a Q, that is a 6 and 27 respectively. By using these values, now let's find out the answer for the following questions. Here Q value is taken 27, P 9, and that is a 2P 6 12. Okay. If the number of cakes prepared on Friday, the number of cakes prepared on Friday is 75 more than the number of cakes sold on Thursday. So Friday. How many are prepared? The number of prepared is 75 more than the number of cakes sold on Thursday. Thursday, how many were sold? 24%. 24% is 24 into 15. 15 means 10 plus 5. 10 times of 24, 210. Half of the value, 120. 10 times means 10 times of 24, 240. 240 plus half of the 240, 120. So 240 plus 120, 360. So 360 were sold on Thursday. But Friday, how many prepared? 75 more than 360. So these are the prepared. Then find the number of cakes unsold on Friday. How many are sold on Friday? The number of sold on Friday is 28%. 28% is 28 into 15. 15 means 10 plus 5. 10 times of 28, 280. Half of the value, 140. By adding these, we get 420. Here, sum of these two values is equal to 435. The number of cakes prepared, 435, sold 420. How many are unsold? The difference of these two. The difference of these two is equal to 15. So mark the answer. Here options are given in terms of P and Q. P is equal to 6. Q is equal to how much? 27. Now 2P plus Q means here Q itself is 27. 27 plus something means more than 15. So first one is ruled out. The same logic. 2Q means Q is 27. Double of 27. It is more than 15. It is also ruled out. Now look at the option number 3. 27 minus 2 times of 6. That is a 12. Simplify. It will give 15. So right choice, option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Okay. Am I clear? Let me check here. Any questions? Right. Look at the next example. Please try this example. Okay. If out of the total cakes prepared on Monday and that on Tuesday, Q minus 2% and P plus 4% are unsold, respectively, then find the number of cakes unsold on both the days, Monday and Tuesday. How many are sold on Monday? How many are unsold? Just look at here. Here, the total number of prepared cakes from Monday and Tuesday, Q minus 2. Q is equal to 27 minus 2 means 25% are unsold on Monday. And what about the P plus 4? P plus 4, that is a 6 plus 4, that is at 10% on Tuesday. This is on Monday and a Tuesday. So these are the number of cakes which are unsold. Then find the number of cakes unsold on both the days. Right. Dear students, Monday, how many cakes were sold here? 27%. 27% means 27% means 27 into 15. How much it is? 300. 2 times of 15, that is 300. 2 times means 20 here, tens position. 7 times is equal to 7 times of 15, that is 105. 300 plus 105, 405. 405. Okay. Now in this 405, this is nothing but the number of cakes that were sold. The number of cakes that were sold is 405. The 75% is equal to 405. Then what about the 25%? 25% is equal to how much? My dear students, if you observe, 1/3 of 75 is equal to 25. 1/3 of 405, that is 135. These are unsold. Similarly, on Tuesday, 9%. 9 into 15, that is 135. What is this 135? The number of cakes that were sold. Here, how many were sold? 10% are unsold, means 90% are sold. So 90% value is equal to 135. Then find out the 10% value. So percentage, 0 and 0 cancel. 9 into 15. 9 into 15 is equal to 135. So here 10% is equal to 15. Okay, by doing cross multiplication, you'll get. That is 135 into 10 by 90. 0 and 0 get cancelled. 9, it goes exactly 15 times. What to find the number of cakes unsold on both the days? Unsold on both the days means just add these two numbers. 135 plus 15. 135 plus 15, that is 150. Right choice, option 1. Choice 1 is the right answer. Okay. Now look at the next example on your screen. On Wednesday, if ratio of chocolate cake sold to, I'm talking about, he has given data on the Wednesday. On Wednesday, if the ratio of chocolate cake sold to that of pineapple cake sold is 7:4, and the number of other cakes sold 15 more than the pineapple cakes sold, then find the number of other cakes sold. On Wednesday, how many cakes were sold? 12%. 12% means 12 into 15. 12 into 15, that is 180. 12 into 15, that is 180. Now 180 were sold. In that, chocolate cakes, I'm dealing with Wednesday. Okay, chocolate cakes and pineapple cakes and other cakes. Here 7:4. 7:4 means 7K and 4K. What about the other cakes? 15 more than the pineapple cakes. 15 more than the pineapple cakes means 4K plus 15. And what to find? Find the number of other cakes. So this value to be fine. Dear students, by adding all these, we get 180. 4K plus 4K, 8K, 8K plus 7K, 15K. So 15K plus 15 is equal to 180. So what about the 15K? It is 165, the value of K, that is 11. When K is equal to 11, just to find out 4K plus 15, 4 times of 11, 44 plus 15. 11 is equal to how much here? K value. So 4 into 11, that is a 44 plus 15. It is 59. A right choice, option number 4. Fourth choice is the correct answer. Okay. Shall we move to next example? Now look at the next question on your screen. If the number of cakes prepared on Saturday is 28% less than the number of cakes sold on Thursday. Saturday. Number of cakes prepared and number of cakes sold. So how many were prepared here? The number of cakes prepared on Saturday is 28% less than the number of cakes sold on Thursday. Thursday, how many were sold? 24%. 24%. 24% into 15. 1% is equal to 15. 24% means 24 into 15. So 10 times of 24 to 40. 240 plus half of the value 120 by adding this 360. Okay, now 28% less. How many were prepared? 28% less than the number of cakes that were sold on Thursday. So 28% less means 72%. So 72%. Okay, now what is saying here? And out of the total cakes prepared means sold plus unsold on Saturday. Q are unsold. What is the value of Q? Q is equal to 27. Okay, Q are sold. Then find the number of cakes unsold on Saturday. Then find the cakes unsold on Saturday. So 72% is equal to how much here? 360. Find out the 100% value. 72 into 5 is equal to 560. So 5 into 100, that is a 500. What is this 500? The number of cakes that were prepared on Saturday. Okay, prepared on Saturday. Now how much? What is the next one? On Saturday, Q% are sold. Q% are sold means 27% were sold. 27% sold, but is asking unsold. Find the number of unsold. 27% sold means remaining are how many? 100 minus 27. That is 73%. So just to find out the unsold, that is 73%. So 73% of 500. 0 and 0 get cancelled. Now simplify this. 7 times of 5, that is 35. 7 times means 7 in the tens position. So 350. 350 plus 15. 365. So what is the result? 365. The right choice, option 2. Second choice is the right answer. Option number 2. Okay. Shall we move to the next example? Right. If the number of cakes sold on Sunday is 45 more than that on Monday. Sunday data. Sunday. How many number of cakes sold? The number of cakes sold on Sunday. 45 more than that of Monday. So Monday, how many were sold? 27%. 27% is 27 into 15. That is a 405. 45 more. 45 more means that is a 450. That is a 450. Okay. And the ratio of the unsold cakes to sold cakes on Sunday, 4:5. Sold, unsold. Unsold ratio is given. So unsold to sold, that is a 4:5. So unsold 4 parts and sold 5 parts. Okay. Then find out the number of unsold cakes on Sunday. 5 parts is equal to 450. Then find out 4 parts. How many times of 5 is equal to 440? That is a 90 times. Just observe the 90 times of 4, that is 360. The right choice, option number 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. Option number 5. Okay. Right. Look at the next example. Another set is given here. Please look at the next set. Directions are given. Just go through with the directions given. Study the following paragraph and the table carefully to answer the questions that follow. The bar graph shows the number of male residents and female residents in 5 colonies A, B, C, D, and E. The table shows the ratio of the number of male residents to that of the female residents in each of the 5 colonies. A few residents have bank accounts in each colony. Okay. So male and female are given, 5 colonies, and a few residents have bank accounts. Okay, this is the information given here. 5 colonies, male and the female, and they have bank accounts. Look at the table here. Colony A, the total number of residents is 9,000, B 7,500, and 10,000 in C, 15,000 in D, and 12,500 in C. That is the total number of residents. And what about the number of residents in male and female? Here ratio is given in this table. Okay, 7:3. 7:3 means 7 parts male, 3 parts female. So what is the total number here in A? A total number is 9,000. 9,000 divided in 7:3 ratio. Sum of the ratios is 10. So 9,000 divide by 10. So 1 part is equal to 900. 7 parts means 7 into 9, that is 6,300, and 3 into 9, that is 2,700. In the same manner, just observe the male and female in the other colonies. The total number of residents is equal to number of male residents plus number of female residents. Of course, here in D, the value is missing, and C, N is given. Need to find out whenever it is required. Wherever it is required, okay? Let's look at the first question on this diagram. On these diagrams. In A and E colonies together, what is the ratio of the number of female residents to that of the male residents? So what is given here? A and E together. A and E together. So the ratio of the number of female residents. Female residents to male residents. Ratio to be found. A, how many are there? Male and female means here sum of the ratios. 7:3 means 10 parts. Sum of the ratio is 10 parts means 10 here in 9,000 it goes 900 times. 9 into 7, 6,300. Males are 6,300. Females 9 into 3, 2,700. That is A. What about E? Sum of the ratios. 9:16 means sum of the ratios is equal to 25. 25 when you divide here, it goes how many times? 5 times in 125. The 1 part is equal to 500. 9 parts means 9 into 500, that is 4,500. By adding these two, we get 108,000. And 16 into 5. 16 into 5 is equal to 80. 80 means 8,000 here. By adding these two, 107,000. Now simplify, zeros get cancelled. 107 and 108, two consecutive natural numbers. The ratio option number 5. Right answer is choice 5. Answer 107 is to 108. 107 is to 108 is the right answer. Now look at the next example on your screen. In C, if the number of females who do not have bank account is 2,300. In C, 2,300 don't have bank account. And the total number of males is 250% of the number of females who have accounts. Okay. Find the number of female residents who have bank accounts in the colony. Okay. See, what is the number of males here? The number of males is equal to 250% of the number of females who have bank account. Females who have bank account means the total number of females minus the number of females who don't have bank accounts. Means total number of females minus 2,300. Look at the board, please. How many males here? Males 11 parts, females n parts. So males is equal to 11 by 11 plus n into the total number of members in the colony. That is 10,000 is equal to 250% of the females. 250% is 250 by 100. Of the females, females here, n by 11 plus n into 10,000 are the females. In that, 2,300 don't have bank account. So remaining, when you subtract 2,300 from the total number of females, then you will get the number of females who has bank account. Who have bank account. Okay. Now, simplify this. What is the cancellation? Now, if you observe the right side, I'm taking 2 zeros common from these two parts. So taking 2 zeros common and solving this with 100. 0 to 0 we can cancel. 25 in 100 it goes 4 times. 1000 means 40 times. Now look at the values here. 4 into 11, that is a 44. 0 is common here. By 11 plus n is equal to 100 n by 11 plus n minus 23. Okay. Simplify. By taking this 23 other side, it will become plus 23. So 440 by 11 plus n plus 23 is equal to 100 n by 11 plus n. So what is the LCM on the left hand side? 11 plus n. 23 multiplied with 23. 23 into 11. So what you will get on the left hand side? 11 plus n. Numerator 440 plus 11 into 23. So 253 plus 11 into n, that is 11n is equal to 100n by 11 plus n. Both sides denominators are same, just simplify and solving this. 11n, sorry, not 11n, 11 into 23. So this is 23 into n, not 20, this is small correction here. A small correction. It's 23n, not 11n. So 23en. Now 23en, when you take other side, 100 minus 23, that is 77 en is equal to sum of these two values, 440 and 253, that is a 693. What is the value of en? En is equal to 9. N is equal to 9. So what to find? The number of students, the number of female residents who have bank accounts. Means this part we need to find out. Need to find out this part. So n means 9 by 9 plus 11, that is 220 into 10,000 minus 2,300. 20 here, it goes how many times in 100? 5 times. So 4,500. 4,500 minus 2,300, that is 2,200. Right choice option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Of course, it is time consuming question. There is no other option. Need to find out the value. Okay. Next. Right. Next question on your screen. In E, if the number of male residents who do not have bank account and those female residents is 2000 and 6500 respectively, then the number of females who have bank accounts is what percentage of the male who have bank account in the colony. E, what is the total number of males and the total number of females? Here, sum of the ratios is equal to 25. One part is equal to 500. Already we did in the previous example. So 9 into 5, that is a 4,500 males, 8,000 females. So how many male residents and female residents do not have bank account? Males are 2,000. They don't have bank account. Females 6,500. Don't have bank account. Now the remaining people have bank account. What is the value? 2,500 males. Here 1,500 females. Now what is the question? Then what to find? The number of females who have bank accounts. So number of females bank accounts 1,500 is what percentage of the males who have bank account? So males bank account, that is 2,500. Percentage means into 100. Zeros to zero, we can cancel 25 here. It goes exactly 4 times. Now simplify. The result is 60%. Right choice, option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Option 3 is the answer for this question. Okay. Right. Shall we go to the next example? In B, the total number of residents who have bank accounts, B, who have bank account is 3,500. If the number of female residents who have bank account is 500 more than the male residents who have bank accounts, then find the ratio of the number of female residents to that of the male residents who do not have bank account. Now here dealing with the bank account, how many have bank account? The number of female and the male. The total number of residents, that is 3,500. The number of residents who have bank account 3,500. When it comes to the second condition, female residents is 500 more than the male residents. How many males and how many females means simplify here. So solving this, EF is equal to 2,000 and EM is equal to 1,500. By adding these, EM get cancelled. 2F is equal to 4,000 is F is equal to 2,000 female. Those have bank account and male 1,500. Okay. Then find the ratio of the female residents and male residents do not have bank account. How many males and females here in B? Males and females. Sum of the ratios is equal to 5. 7,500 by 5. So it goes exactly 15 times. 3 times of 15. 3 times of 15 is 4,500. And 2 times of 15. 2 times of 15 is 3,000. So these are the number of males and females. Now how many have bank account is here 2,000. Females have bank account and males 1,500. So what is the discussion here? How many don't have bank account? Males 3,000. Females 1,000. Now it's asking to find out the ratio of the female to male. So 0 and 0 cancel. Here 3:1 is the ratio of male to female. Female to male means 1:3. What is the right choice? Option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Please be careful. Here male to female or female to, what is asking here? Male to female or female to male? That is very, very important. Okay. So 1:3, right choice, option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Now look at the next set of questions. Please go through with the data given here. Study the following information carefully to answer the questions that follow. Okay. A person bought 6 different products A, B, C, D, E, and F for rupees 12,000. The price of the product F is 15% of the total amount. 15% of the total amount means 15% of 12,000. Okay. The average price of the product D and E is 300 less than the average price of A, B, C. The price of the D is 1320 less than that of the product E. And the price of product B is 100% more than the D. And the ratio of the price of the product A and C 4:13 respectively. The person sold each product at profit 25%. So what is the information we have here? The products. How many products? 6 products. A, B, C, D, E, and F. And what about the cost to price and selling price? F value is equal to 15% of 12,000. 15% of 12,000. 15% of 12,000 means percentage and 0 get cancelled. 12 into 15, that is 180. Here 0 is there, so 1200. So the value of EF is equal to cost to price, that is 1800. Okay, now look at the second point. Point number 2. The average price of the D and E. The D and E average price is equal to how much here? 300 less than the average price of A, B, C, D. 300 less. Okay. So what about the A plus B plus all the values? A plus B plus C plus D plus E and F. That is 12,000. Okay. Next. The price of the product D is 1320 less than the product E. D value is equal to E minus 1320. Okay. The price of the product B is equal to 100% more than D. B is equal to 100% more. 100% more means 100 plus 100. That is 200%. 200% is 2 times. 2 times of D. The ratio of the product A and C is equal to A and C. That is 4:13. So these are the information. Of course, each value, each product sold at 25% profit. Solving this. Now what we get? Here I'm solving this equation. A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C by 3 means A plus B plus C by 3. Here LCM is 3. So 3 into 3, 900. 3 into 300, 900. So A plus B plus C value is equal to, take 3 other side, 3 times of D plus E by 2. Plus 3 times of 300, 900. Okay. 9 plus of A plus B plus C, here you just substitute this value. And D and E, EF value is equal to 1800. So 3 by 2 of D plus E plus 900, that is A plus B plus C value, plus D plus E plus 1800 is equal to 12,000 rupees. Okay. Simplify. 900 plus 1800, that is 2700. Subtract from 12,000. 2700 subtract. So 12,000 minus 2700. So what is the result here? 9,300. Now what is the LCM? 2 is LCM. 2 times of D plus E plus already 3 times means 5 times. So 5 times of D plus E is equal to 9,300. 5 it was how many times? 5 here how many times means 5. 18 times, 90 and 6 times and 0. The value of D plus E is equal to 2 times of this. 2 times of 18, 36. 36 means 3600 plus 120. 3600 plus 120 means 3720. Now 3720. Simplify D plus E is equal to 3720 and E minus D. E minus D is equal to how much? 1320. Simplify. What is the result? D gets cancelled. 2E. 2E is equal to how much? By adding both 40 and here 50. The value of E is equal to 2520. E is equal to 2520. Okay. E is equal to 2520 means what about the D value? D value is equal to how much? D is equal to 2520 minus 1320. That is 1200. D is equal to 1200. Then what about the B value? B is equal to 2 times of D, means 2 times of 1200. That is 2400. 2 times of D is equal to the value of B. Now, what next here? Next one is A and C values to be found. All values by adding all the values. Just observe. I'm adding all the values. 1200 plus 1800. 1200 plus 1800, that is a 3000. 3000 plus 2400 plus 2500, 49. 4900 minus plus 3000, that is 79,000. Sorry, 7900. Out of the 12,000, 79,000 means remaining is how much here? Remaining is 4100. Divide based on the ratio 4:13. 4 is to very small. A and C. How much is the value of A and C? So 2520. 1 minute, please. Small correction here. 4920. 4920. So 7972. 7920. Okay. Now 12,000 minus 7920. What is the result? The result is 4080. Divide this 4080 based on the ratio 4:13. Sum of the ratios is equal to 17. Sum of the ratio 17 means now it goes how many times? 17 2s are 34 and 4 times. 240. 240 into 4, that is a 960. Okay. Then 13 into 240. 13 into 240 means 4 times of 13, 52, 520. Here 2 times means 26. By adding these values, now it is a 3120. Each value, each article, each product sold at 25% profit. 25% profit means, now just observe the selling price of each product. 25% means half of the 50%. 50% are 960. That is 480. In that half, 240. When you add 240, it will become 1200. 25%, 1/4, 600 is the value. 600 means it will become 3000. And here it will become 3900. Similarly, 1/4 value, 300 means it will become 1500. 25% profit, 1/4 value. And here 25% profit, the result is 3150. And here 1/4 value. So 450. 450 more means that is 2250. So these are the values of cost price of the each product as well as the selling price. Now this data is readily available on your page. Now look at this. Okay. The selling price of the product C is how much more than that of E? Selling price of E. What is the selling price of E? 3,900. Selling price of C, 3,900. How much more than that of the product E? So what is the selling price of E? Selling price of E is equal to 3,150. The selling price of product C is how much more than that of product E. Now, how much it is more? Just observe. What is the right choice? Option number 4, 750. The difference of 3,900 and 3,150. Look at next example. Find the average selling price of the product A, B, and D. A, B, and D. What to find? Average selling price. 1,200, 3,000, and 1,500. 1,500 plus 1,200. That is 2,700. 2,700 plus 3,000. 2,700 plus 3,000, 5,700. So 5,700 by 3. Average to be found. Average means sum of the observations by number of observations. The right choice, option number 1. First choice is the right answer. Next, question number 17. The total cost price of the product A and E. A and E. Total cost price is what percentage of the total cost price of D and F? D and F. So A and E, what is the total cost price? A value is equal to 960 and the value of E, that is 2520. 20 plus 60, 80. And here 25 plus 9, that is 34. What about the D and EF? D and EF, again cost price to be found. D value is equal to 1,200. EF value is equal to 1,800. Sum of these two, 3,000. And what is the question here? The cost price of the product A and C is what percentage of the total cost of? So 3,480, what percentage on 3,000? Percentage means into 100. Simplify zeros on both sides get cancelled. 3 zeros in the denominator and zeros gets cancelled in the numerator. 3, it goes how many times? So 116 times. 116 means right choice, option number 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. That is 116%. Okay. Next. What is the ratio of the profit earned on E and F respectively? E and F profit we need to find out. Okay. The profit to be find out means profits ratio. What is the profit on the article E? Profit on the article E means 3,150 minus 2,520. It is a 630. E profit value is equal to 630. And what about the value of EF? 2,250 minus 1,800. That is 450. The value is 450. Here is asking to find out the ratio of the profits. Simplify. 0 and 0 get cancelled. Now what next here? 9, 7 times and 5 times. The ratio, that is 7:5, option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Next question on your screen. if the person bought product G at 20% less than the cost price of the B. Another extra information is given here. Additional product, that is a G. Cost price. What is the cost price of the product G? Bought 20% less than the cost price of B. B cost price 2,400. 20% less means 80%. 80% is equal to 4 by 5. 80% is equal to 4 by 5. And sold it at a profit of rupees 280. What is the selling price of the article? Here 5 was how many times? 5, 4 times, 8 times, and 0. 5 4s are 20, and 8 times 40, and 0. Now what is the cost price means? 4 times of 400, 1600 plus 320. That is 1920. But what is the selling price? Selling price here, cost to price plus profit. Profit is 280. By adding 280, it is 2200. So what is the selling price of the article? That is 2200. Option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. Choice 3 is the correct option. Okay. Next question on your screen. Here directions are given. Read the information carefully to answer the questions that follow. 32 square minus 12x plus 1 is equal to 0. Y square minus 18y plus 81 is equal to 0. Okay. Now, by using this information, we need to answer the questions here. Which of the following equations represent a new quadratic equation with the reciprocal of smaller root from each of the given equations? So we need to find out a new quadratic equation by using the smaller roots from each equation. And here it should be reciprocals. Okay. First of all, find out the first equation, roots of the first equation. 32. 1 into 32 is 32. Middle term here, it is a 12. 1 into 32 is a positive here, plus 1 into plus 32. So A into C is equal to positive means values. The factors here are sum of the factors is the middle term. So B is equal to sum of the factors. Sum of the factors means if we observe the first quadratic equation, the minus 8 and minus 4. The product of these two is equal to positive 32 and the sum of these two is equal to minus 12. What are the roots means? Take the same numbers with opposite sign and divide with the coefficient of x square. Simplify. Here we get 1 by 4 and 1 by 8. Looking at the second quadratic equation, 81. 81 means 9 into 9 is 81. 9 plus 9, that is 18. So here, what are the roots? Minus 9 and minus 9 are the factors. So roots are positive 9 by 1 and positive 9 by 1. Smaller roots, we need to take the smaller roots. From the first equation, what is the smaller root? 1 by 8 is a smaller root. Here both the roots are same, so 9 is the root. So reciprocal of 1 by 8. Reciprocal of 1 by 8 means that is 8. Reciprocal of 9, that is 1 by 9. Now, 8 and 1 by 9 are the roots. Need to find out the quadratic equation by using these roots. Here, using z as a term, so what is the quadratic equation is? So roots are 8 and 1 by 9. So z minus 8 into z minus 1 by 9 is equal to 0. Means z minus 8 times z minus 1 is equal to 0. Simplify. 9z into z, that is a 9z square. 9 into 8, 72. 1 into z, that is a 1z. 72 minus 72 minus 1z, that is minus 73 z. 8 minus 8 minus 1, that is a positive 8. Now simplify this. What is the right choice? Option number 1. First choice is the right answer. Roots are 8 and 1 by 9 means x minus 8 is equal to 0. X minus 1 by 9 is equal to 0. In place of x, z is given. So z minus 8 is equal to 0. Z minus 1 by 9 is equal to 0. Means z minus 8 into z minus 1 by 9 is equal to 0. Now find out the equation. Okay. Another way to answer the same question here. Look at this one. X square minus x of alpha plus beta plus alpha beta is equal to 0. X square alpha 8 plus 1 by 9 plus 8 into 1 by 9 is equal to 0. Here 9 is the LCM. So 9 into x, 9x square. 8 into 9, 72 plus 1, 73. Plus 8 is equal to 0. In place of x, z is given. So what is the condition here? 9z square minus 73z plus 8 is equal to 0. This is the structure of the quadratic equation. So frame of a quadratic equation is x square minus x of alpha plus beta plus alpha beta is equal to 0. So this is the one method. This is the second method. Right. Look at the next example on your screen. Read the information carefully to answer the questions that follow. 2x square minus bx plus 9 is equal to 0. 8y square minus dy is plus 15 is equal to 0. The roots of the quadratic equation 1, p and q. First quadratic equation roots are p and q. And second quadratic equation, that is r and s. Given that p plus q is equal to 4.5. P plus q is equal to 4.5. 4.5 means 4.5. 4.5 means 9 by 2. Okay. Now p is less than q. It's very, very important. P is less than q. And the value of r is equal to 2.5. R is equal to 2.5. Now from the first equation, just p plus q means sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. Minus b by a means minus of minus b by 2 is equal to 9 by 2. So b 2 and 2 get cancelled. B is equal to how much? 9. B is equal to 9. Okay. Now simplify this. Second one. What is the second one here? 8y square minus dy plus 15 is equal to 0. Okay. Now r and s. R is given here. S to be fine. Just find out the value of s. Now here we can simplify by using product of the roots. Product of the roots is equal to how much? C by a. C by a is equal to 15 by 8, which is equal to 2.5 into S. 2.5 means simplify. What is the result? 2.5 into 2. That is 5. 5 into 3, 15. So what is the cancellation? Here 2 into 3, 6 means 6 times it goes. 6 times of 2, 12 plus 3, 15. Now 2, 3 times, 2 here, 4 times. The value of S is equal to 3 by 4. The value of S is equal to 3 by 4. and find out the value of P and Q. B is equal to 9, 2x square minus 9x plus 9 is equal to 0. 2 into 9, that is the 8. How to get the factors here? 9 is the middle term, is minus 6 minus 3. Minus 6 minus 3 of the factors means the roots are 6 and 3 by coefficient of x square. That is 6 by 3, 6 by 2, that is 3. And 3 by 2, 1.5. My dear students, if you observe P is less than Q, so the value of Q and P are well defined here. That is 1.5 and 3. Now, using this information, need to answer the question. Look at the question here. Which of the following statements are true? P is equal to 1.5. Here it is 3. R and S. R is given as a 2.5. S is equal to 3 by 4. Am I right? I'm just carrying the previous data, the data. Which of the following statements are true? Value of P plus S lies between 4 and 5. P and S. P is equal to 1.5. S is equal to 0.75. 3 by 4 means 0.75. 1.5 plus 0.75 is the value lies between 4 and 5? No. So first one is incorrect. First one is incorrect. Now look at the second one. Sum of the roots of the second equation is 13 by 4. Sum of the roots. Sum of the roots means 2.5 plus 3 by 4. 2.5 and 3 by 4. 4 times of 2.5, that is 10. 10 plus 3, 13 by 4. Right answer. B is correct. Look at the next one. C. The larger root of the second is larger than the sum of the roots of the first. Larger root of the second equation. Larger root of the second equation is, that is 2.5. Larger than the sum of the roots of the first equation. Sum of the roots of the first equation, that is a 4.5. 2.5, is it greater than 4.5? No, it is incorrect. So what is the answer for this? Only B is correct. So right choice is option number 2. Second choice is the right answer. Second choice is the correct answer. Next. Which of the following equations represent a quadratic equation whose roots are bigger roots of equation 1 and 2? Which of the following equations represents a quadratic equation whose roots are bigger roots of equation 1 and 2? Please try this example by using the previous data. P and Q, R and S. P is equal to 1.5. This is 3. Here is 2.5. And what about this one? 3 by 4. So we need to frame an equation by using bigger roots of the equation 1 and 2. Bigger root 3 and 2.5. So by using the frame, that is a z x square minus x of sum of the roots. 3 plus 3 by 4 plus alpha beta. Alpha beta means here 3 into 3 by 4 is equal to 0. Of course, 4 is the LCM. 4 into z, that is a 4z square. Now, what is next here? 3 plus 3 into 4, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. Sorry, it's not 3 by 4, 2.5. Sorry, small correction here. Small correction. We need to take 3 and 2.5, not this value. Bigger roots. 2.5. Okay, 2.5 means it is a 5 by 2. 2.5 means 2.5. 2.5 means 5 by 2. So let me write here 5 by 2. Okay. 5 by 2 and 5 by 2. What is the LCM? 2 is LCM 2 into Z square. That is a 2Z square. 2 into 3 is 6 plus 5. That is 11Z. 3 into 5, 15 by 2. By 2 LCM take other side. Now simplify. Now the value is 2Z square minus 11Z plus 15 is equal to 0. Right choice, option number 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. Choice number 5. Okay. Next. Directions are given in each of the following questions. Two quantities, quantity 1 and quantity 2 are given. You have to compare the two quantities and mark an appropriate option. If choice 1, if the quantity is greater than quantity 2. Choice 2, quantity 1 is less than quantity 2. Choice 3, quantity 1 less or equal to 2. Quantity 4, choice 4, quantity 1 greater or equal to quantity 2. Choice 5, if quantity 1 equal to quantity 2. So these are the choices given. Based on this, we need to compare. Now look at the question number 23. Yes, just I will wait for a few seconds. So you try this example. Given A and B are integers. Now look at the quantity 1. Value of cube root of 125 a cube plus 2a cube minus 3a such that a range from 4 to 7. A range from 4 to 7 means a value 4, minimum to minimum, and maximum 7. 4 to 7. Here 125, cube root of 125 means 5. Cube root of a cube is, that is a. So 5a plus 2a cube minus 3a. Solving this, 2a cube minus 3a plus 5a, that is plus 2a. By taking a value as a 4, when you take a value as a 4, 4 cube is 64. So 64 into 2, 128. 2 times of 4 means 8, that is 136. When you take a value as a 4, the value is equal to 136. Okay. When you take the value of a as a 7, how much is the result? A is equal to 7 means now a cube, that is a 7 cube, 343. 343 into 2 plus 2 times of 7, that is 14. Now simplify 6, 8, 6 plus 14, that is 700. The value of the first quantity is minimum to minimum 136, maximum 700. Now look at the second quantity. The value of 3b cube, 26 power b, such that B ranges between 1 to 4. B ranges from between 1 and 4. 1 and 4 means the value of B, possible values for B. B is possible for 2 and 3. B is possible for 2 and 3. Now, when the value of B is equal to 2, here 2 cube, 8 into 3, 24. What about the 26 square? 26 square is 676. 676 plus 24, that is 700. The value of B is equal to 2 means the answer is 700. When the value of B is equal to 3, the answer is greater than 700. How these two quantities are related means quantity 1 and quantity 2. When you observe 700 both are equal, means first quantity, second quantity are equal. And here greater than 700, when you assume the value of B as 3, means 1 is less than 2. Combining these two, 1 less or equal to 2. Now 1 less or equal to 2 means right choice option number 3. Third choice is the right answer. The value of A from 4 to 7. B value only 2 and 3 is possible. When you take B as a 2, it is equal to 700. When you are assuming B as a 3, it is more than 700. So the value of second quantity is greater than first quantity. One time it is equal, one time it is greater. Other time it is greater. Now look at the next example. Average of P and Q is 19. While the sum of Q and R is equal to 26. Value of the integer P lies between 15 to 19. And the sum of PQR is an even number. PQR is a even value. The maximum value of R, that is the quantity 1 and quantity 2, Q minus P. Maximum value of R here, Q minus P. So we need to compare these two. P plus Q is equal to 18. So 19 into 2, that is 38. Okay. The value of P lies between 15 and 19. What do you mean by this? Lies between means 16, 17, 18. 16, 17, 18. These are the values possible for P. 16, 17, 18. When the value of P is equal to 16, then what about the Q value? What about the Q value? 38 minus 16. That is 22. When it is 17, 21. What about 18? It is 20. To get the maximum value of R, to get the maximum value of R, Q should be least. Q should be least means here, what is the least value? Q is equal to 20. When Q is equal to 20, the R value is equal to 6. So maximum value of R is equal to 6. The maximum value of R is equal to 6. Now Q minus P. Q minus P means 22 minus 16. 22 minus 16 means that is 6. 21 minus 17, that is 4. 20 minus 18, that is 2. How these are related means quantity 1 and quantity 2 both are equal. Quantity 1 greater than quantity 2. Combining these two, we get a relation greater or equal to. 1 is greater or equal to means right choice option number 4. Fourth choice is the right answer. Option 4 is the right answer. Okay. Next. Directions are given as another set of questions here. In each of the following questions, two quantities are given, quantity 1 and 2. You have to compare them and mark the most appropriate answer. The choices are given. Based on these choices, need to mark the answers. Look at the question number 25. The probability of selecting a card numbered with a prime number from a set of 20 identical cards numbered from 81 to 100. 81 to 100 means the total number of cards is how many? 20. And here you need to select a card with a prime number. So how many prime numbers are there? There are 3 prime numbers from 81 to 100. 83, 89, and 97. So what is the probability? 3 by 20. Now what about the second one? That is 7 by 30. Simplify this. On doing cross multiplication, 30 into 3, 90. And 20 into 7, 140. How these two are related? 1 is less than 2. 1 is less than 2. The right choice is option number 2. Quantity 1 less than quantity 2. Next. Here data sufficiency questions. Each of the questions below consist of a question and 2 statements numbered 1 and 2 given below it. You must decide whether the data given in the statements are sufficient to answer the question and mark an appropriate option. Statement 1 alone sufficient, 2 independently insufficient, mark the choice 1. Mark choice 2 when 2 alone sufficient, 1 independently insufficient. Mark choice 3 it is when it is possible to answer with either of the statements. So mark choice 4 when both the statements are not sufficient individually and combining together. Means some more information is required to answer the data. Choice number 5 combining both the statements. Okay. Now using this, look at the example. In how many days can 15 men can complete the work? 15 women can complete the work. 30 men can complete the work in 20 days. Men capacity is given here. 30 men can complete in 20 days. But is asking women. So first one is insufficient. 15 women and 15 men can complete the work in 40 by 3 days. 15 men and 15 women can complete it in 40 by 3 days. No, it is not possible to find the answer by using the second statement because the relation between the men and women is not given. We don't know the efficiency of men and women. So independently, these statements are insufficient to answer. Combining both the statements. In the first statement, capacity of the men is given. So 30 men can complete the work in 20 days means 15 men can complete the work in how many days we can? Fine. By using the data given the statement 1 and the date statement 2, we can answer the question. Okay. So 30 men, 20 days, 15 men, 40 days. So simplify, you will get answer. So right choice, option 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. When the number of men decreases, days increases. Next. What is the height of a triangle X, Y, and Z? YZ is the base and the perimeter of the triangle 12. Base is equal to YZ. Perimeter is given as a 12 centimeters. What about the other sides? X, Y, and XZ. The information is missing here. Information means we don't know the length, we don't know the ratio of the length, nothing is given. About the sides information missing here. No well-defined data is given with these sides. Only one thing is given, YZ is the base. Whatever the dimensions, not given. Look at the second one. The ratio of the sides of X, Y, YZ and ZX is equal to how much? 5:4:3. Here sides are given. Only sides are given. That to be ratio. We don't know the other information. To find out the height of a triangle, what is required? The values are required. We can derive the values just by combining both the statements. Means perimeter is equal to 12. Here sides ratio is given. The base is equal to how much here? 4K, 5K, 4K, 3K. 5K, 4K plus 3K means 12K is equal to how much here? 12K is equal to perimeter. That is equal to given here. So combining both the statements, we can find the values. So what is the right choice? Again, option number 5. Here it is possible to answer combining both the statements. Next. Another set is given here. Each of the following questions consists of a question and the 3 statements, number 1, 2, and 3 given below it. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read all the statements and choose the most appropriate option. Find the interest earned on a sum which is invested on simple interest for 1 year. Need to find out the interest for 1 year. The sum amounts to 7,400 at the end of the 6 years. Sum is principal, amount, time is given. What is the rate of interest? Rate of interest percentage, it is not given. So independently, 1 is insufficient to answer. It is not possible to answer with the statement 1 independently. Look at the statement 2. The sum amounts to 8,600 at the end of the 9 years on the simple interest. Same type of data is given here. So second is also insufficient. Now look at the next. The difference between the interest on the sum invested simple interest for 2 years and 5 years is 1,200. 5 years and 2 years. The difference of this period of time is equal to 3 years. The 3 years value is 1,200. So what is a 1 year value? That is a 400. We can find with the third statement alone. It is possible to answer with the statement 3 independently. Now what about the 1 and 2 combination? 1 and 2 combination, if we observe, 7,400 is the amount at the end of 6 years. At the end of the 6 years, 7,400 is the amount. At the end of 9 years, the amount is 8,600. So difference in the period of time is equal to 3. Difference in the amount is equal to 1,200. Now what this 1,200 refers? Interest for a period of 3 years. Dear students, in simple interest, under simple interest remains same for every year. So 1,200 by 3 means combination is possible. What is the right choice here? Either 3 alone or combining 1 and 2. So right choice is option number 5. Fifth choice is the right answer. Choice number 5. Okay. Now let's look at the next example. Find the speed of a boat in still water. I'm taking B for speed of a boat and W for stream. and downstream, upstream. Downstream is B plus W and upstream is B minus W. So what to find? Speed of the boat. So this value need to find out. The speed of the boat while traveling downstream is 12 kilometers. Downstream 12 kilometers per hour. Downstream 12 kilometers per hour means what is the speed of the boat? Downstream is speed of the boat plus speed of the stream. Okay. So what is the discussion here? First one is insufficient. B plus W is equal to 12. B plus W is equal to 12. That is the first statement. Independently insufficient. The boat can cover 90 kilometers upstream 22.5 hours. 22.5 means 22 and a half. 22 into 2, 44 plus 145. So 90 kilometers, 45 by 2 hours. 45 by 2 hours. So what is the value here? B minus W is equal to 2 into 2, 4. Downstream, first statement. Upstream, second statement. Is it possible to find out only from the second one? Not possible. Now, what about the third one? It takes 25 hours more to travel 150 kilometers against the stream than to travel the same distance along with the stream. Time in the upstream minus the time in the downstream is equal to 25 hours. Here, distance traveled is equal to 150 kilometers. Of course, third one is also not possible. Independently, these statements are insufficient to answer. Now, let's check combination. First statement and second statement. This is the first statement and it is the second statement. Solving these two, W get cancelled. We can find the value of B. So, first and second is possible. Now, what about the second and third and first and third? Here, if we observe second and third, downstream, upstream 150 kilometers. Downstream speed is given here. I'm doing with second and third. Upstream is given. Upstream is equal to how much here? 4 kilometers per hour. And 150 by B plus W is equal to 25. Solving this, we get B plus W value. B plus W we can find. So using that, B minus W is there. We can find. Means second and third is possible. Then what about 1 and 3? 1 and 3, speed of the boat along with the stream is given. Now third statement here, 150 by B minus W, 150 by 12 is equal to 25. Of course, this also we can find. B minus W we get, already B plus W we have, so we can find the answer. What it mean? It is possible to answer with the statement 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. So what it mean? Any two of the given statements is sufficient to answer the question. So right choice is option number 4. Fourth choice is the right choice. Okay. Right. Now, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day. All the best for your examination. Thank you.